All right. So there is a trade-off, right? When you run the scree plot, there is a trade-off on whether you want a simplicity, you want simple number of clusters and then get the job done, or adequacy. Do you want to go with more clusters, dig in more insights? It will take more time, obviously, right? So you can do all that. So the choice is very subjective in nature when you look at the scree plot. And there is a problem that you might run into that, first of all, k-means clustering is a minimization problem, right? That is, it tends to minimize the distance within the cluster. That's the objective of your k-means clustering. But if you notice here, there could be existence of multiple local minima. Think about this as an example. When your k-means clustering has started, say it has started off somewhere here. With some k value, it has started off. And when you started playing around with the k value, say you have reached here, and you feel that this is the best k value, which gives the least distance between the members within a group. But since you have started off with this value, you'll end up here only, and you'll get a sense that this is the least distance, right? But if you would have started somewhere here with this value, randomly chosen this value, you would have hit another minimum value, and in comparison to A and B, B has a lower value, so this would have been a better bet. Hence, what you can probably do is you can have multiple start points. You can define this. When you give your R code, you can define that you want multiple start points, right? And based on that, if you do it, very good. And if you have a huge data set, take a sample or take multiple samples and try to run k-means clustering on that. And for each sample, look at which sample is giving you the least distance. That's another thing. In this, we have already discussed, convergence or robustness. Okay. Cluster stability. Do cluster assignments change dramatically if some inputs are slightly altered? That's one more thing that we need to check. If it's drastically changing, then probably you have not normalized the data, maybe, or maybe you have forgot to include a very important feature, maybe. And when it comes to cluster separation, you need to look at between cluster, variation should be high, and within cluster, variation should be less. Right? Always we need to look at this also.